Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly tarot scopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Scorpio. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your April of 2015. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Tarot scope and animal totem reading for April of 2015 Scorpio. Oh, look at that, just flew right out, didn't it? Oh, Knight of Cups. That's maybe you, probably you. You know, the eclipses this month of April. We've been in the eclipse season. I didn't mention it much in the last video. But the eclipse is April 4th. And it's in the sign of Libra, which would be your 12th house. So a lot of things from the past, old things, subconscious, deep in your subconscious, that kind of stuff. All right, let's have a look at these cards here. Well, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Anyways, I would say this has got to be you up here. This is the water sign person, representing as the Knight of Cups, but could be, water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or could be you. As a Knight. Knight is a younger person, still could be you, but this could be you in the past, I think. For some of you, I think maybe you set off on a journey as a younger person, and it didn't really turn out how you thought it was going to turn out. There was some disappointment surrounding it. And you've got to make a decision, that's for sure. Because I look at this Knight of Cups, and he turns away from the making of the decision. And it looks like you're going to cut something loose, honestly. The Judgment card is a very powerful card, but it's also a big card. And it's one of the most, the angels are on it. It's about past life. It's about karma. It's about angelic forces intervening. It's about your higher self stepping in and recognizing, because this is you in all your lifetimes. But it doesn't have to tie into past lives necessarily, but it talks about you've reached some pinnacle. You've learned, you should have learned a lesson, or the karmic lesson has been learned, or the karmic reward is upon you. It's some kind of major event that is not a coincidence, but like a heaven-sent thing. You can look at it that way. So this card's very powerful. I always look at that angel. What is that horn pointing at? And horn's pointing at that Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords is something's being taken away from you unfairly. You've been treated unfairly. And sometimes it's money, and in this case it might be because the Two of Pentacles is over here. And that is like, somebody did something and it's cutting you close now, maybe they owed you money and they didn't pay you. It's like, oh, now you threw a wrench in the works here. Now I got to refigure things out here. Or maybe, it's tax season, maybe something we have to do with paying tax, like, oh, I'm going to have to make a payment plan. Or, I'm having to juggle my money now. You threw this wave at me. Threw this turbulence at me. And I'm going to have to work it out now. So you have to make a decision about that. And it feels like you're cutting this loose. It's like, it might be a job. Maybe you were promised a raise or promotion or a commission. And it was less than you anticipated, or not at all. Or you got passed over for a raise or a job, or something you were vying for. Something you were vying for, counting on, even more than vying for. Something that you were counting on. And I want to say that it was even promised to you, or it was under you. You understood that this was yours. You understood that in 2 months you were going to get a raise, or you understood that in 2 weeks this was going to happen. And it looks like not. You got these twos. Got a couple of twos showing up here. But it says it's a blessing. If this is something negative or hard, this always says this is a blessing in disguise. That now you're rid of that crappy job that didn't pay you what you were worth anyway, right? Or You know, now, there's always some hidden, look for the hidden blessing there. Look for that gift. Find that gift in it, because it is there, because that's what the Judgment card is saying. It looks like that this might even be, I'm sorry about the dog. I even have him locked away from the front door so he can't look out the window and bark. Rock. But anyways, the King of Rods, that's here. So that may be the person that it's about. King of Rods being fire, Leo, Aries, Sag. King in reverse, kings always do have some kind of more of the power of authority. But in reverse, it could be a little bit like tyrannical, or a little bit bossy or mean. But also, we are in April for the majority of the month, going to be in the sign of Aries. So that could just be a signifier of the time of Aries. Not going to change, been waiting. I feel like, for a lot of you, you've been waiting around for a long time for this. Maybe 4 months, 4 years, you stayed with this. And, it's just like, you're beating your head against a brick wall when this card shows up, especially these two together. It's like you're fighting a losing battle. It's not worth fighting. Now, that's not my dog, that's the neighbor dog, but hopefully it's not going to trigger my dog. Come here. Anyways, come here, buddy. Down to the bottom row. You got some nice things showing up here, like the Lovers card, which I really like. Lovers talks about happiness and joy and love and being in love. And it also is kind of lining up with this thing. It's behind it. But to me, it almost feels like it's sort of rising out of it, doesn't it? Or the angels on the Lovers card here, and then the angel's wing on the Judgment card, So it kind of feels like there's this rising up here from the Lovers energy, or just the love mojo. Love mojo, it's a mojo rising, like Jim Morrison said, but it's a love mojo. Shh. The Queen of Swords shows up there, so I feel like that could very well be the lover. So again, male or female, I would say, because I'm sorry, because of the the general reading aspect of it all. But could be air sign, somebody who's an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Also, that eclipse is happening in an air sign. It's happening in the sign of Libra, which is an air sign. So it brings us back to that date of April 4th, and that could really be a key date for you. Oh, no, don't lay on me. I'm sorry, the dog. I got him over here, now he's laying on the camera. Can he just move the camera? Sorry. I'm sorry, Scorpios. There we go. Anyways, back to the reading. You know what I'm feeling about this, though? I feel like there's a shyness about this person or this relationship. And I'm feeling like a real soft energy, like a dove. A dove. I said dove, but actually I was trying to say deer. Isn't that funny? It would be cool if you get deer or dove as your animal totem. But just that soft, gentle vibration. And I feel like a shyness around them and a real gentle nature. And they're coming out of this thing of being hurt. I mean, it could be you too, because right here's a Tower in reverse. So this is some kind of big traumatic event in somebody's life. Yours, hers, whoever. And on either side of it, on top of the Tower, you have the healing time for Swords. We're in a healing time. We're in a pause time. We're getting over this, getting past it. And the Hermit also is a time of pause and reflect. And it's a number 9. So I feel like there's just something real soft, real gentle, very loving, very slow moving here coming in. But it feels like it's a big love energy. This could even be, for a lot of you, this could be your child or a grandchild that's coming into the world that you're going to just fall in love with, The Lovers isn't always sexual in nature, especially in this case because I don't have other cards around here like the Ten of Cups or the Two of Cups that would indicate that it's necessarily a romantic relationship. I know that lovers in our time represent sexual, but on my card, look, they're fully clothed and they're embracing, and the angels are there. So I will take the Lovers to mean just somebody that you love a lot. You very much love them. And there's angelic forces at work here too. The other thing about the Hermit is it is a card of meditation, contemplation, being quiet. Just how the silence just fell over my house as I said that. No more animals or birds. Beautiful. Only the sound of the motor of the computer, if you can hear that. Anyways, Where this kind of energy is not that way. And isn't that funny? As I was talking about this guy and all this stuff, that's when everything was, the dog was barking and bumping the camera. And then when I started talking about the calm, peaceful energy and the lovers, everything just got really quiet. It's just so magical how this stuff works. It freaks me out sometimes too. But anyways, yeah. But the Hermit, that's about sometimes, you know, getting quiet, getting peaceful, so you can hear and see and sense these things that are in the peripheral, maybe. But when you're so much in the, you know, that kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, you can't see it because you're so, you know, your dander's up. You're so riled, you know, in a riled state, or in a fight or flight. You know, I got to stand up for myself. That's what all this stuff here is, especially these two cards, right? So yeah, and this guy turning his back on that too could also be, you know, that if that is in fact you, you know, the water sign, that you got to walk away. Well, you definitely got to walk away with it. And it's a time of an ending here. It's a time of an ending, and it's a new era. And there's something just real peaceful and kind and gentle about this person. I feel a strong love connection. And not only is she, and I'm saying it could be he or she in these general readings, connected on the lovers here, but over here too. She's one card away from there too. And one card away from the Hermit. And what I want to say about another thing about I want to say about this, this is that this is an old soul. Even if this is a grandchild or a child being born, this is an old soul. This person has a lot of inner wisdom and knowledge, but they're not going to waste it on, you know, there. And in turn, that could even be you. Like your knowledge and stuff would be wasted, fall on deaf ears to people that are so embroiled in conflict and drama and everything, you know, and save it for the, you know, the people who are on your same wavelength. Or I just feel like there's a beautiful relationship here. This is a beautiful, calm, loving, soulmate, past life stuff for sure, you know, relationship that's coming in here. Leaving chaos. If this is in fact, this person has been wounded, you may have to take it kind of slow and go slow and easy, not to scare them away. Okay, let's get these. You know, I have my cards are done, and I was so stoked about revealing them to you guys on the eclipse and everything, and the equinox. Turns out it takes 2 weeks to get the proof, so I don't have them in my hand, but I got your card here. Oh, opossum. How apropos. I know what it means, but I'm going to save it. So stay tuned. I'll be right back with the opossum definition for you, Scorpio. Don't go away. Okay, Scorpio, here it is. Your animal oracle card is the opossum. I'll start by just reading what the bottom of the card. Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions. Pause. Create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private. Know when to assert yourself and when to play dead. Yeah, that's the biggest thing about that possum energy, is the playing dead thing. That's the first thing that I always think of, and the first thing that comes to mind. You know, and also, it's very, I did this on purpose, of the hanging from the tree, because it's very much like the hangman in the tarot. So if you're familiar with the tarot, you may want to refer to that. You know, my intention was with this deck, I asked my spirit guides to let there be messages in the background. So it's not going to be a deck that you just look at the card, read the thing, and that's the end of it. I want you to look at these cards. I want you to get into it, start looking. And I've already started seeing things on these cards myself. I wanted to awaken your natural psychic ability. You know, it's not just a slap a picture on, slap some clip art on there, throw some words on, and that's the end of it. There's things in these images. I asked that from Spirit. That was my intention upon creating these, and I've already started seeing a few things. You know, on this one, what stands out to me is those little fingers there. Almost like French tips, like a manicure. Can you see that? See his little white fingertips? That's one of the things that really stands out to me. So like, say you were doing a reading for somebody and this came up and it's like, well, maybe they have a really nice manicure. You know, you might say something like that. And I don't know why it was so important, though, that I put those berries in there. And I don't even know why. But I just felt like I had to include those berries. You know, so I don't know. And those berries took forever to draw, too. So I don't even know why that was in there. But there's lots of stuff. You know, there's swirlies and everything. And sometimes it's not even just the swirlies or whatever. It's the negative space. Negative space being like, you know, this space up here in between two objects. So, There's some of that, or there's like a little triangle here, negative space there. So when the cards come out, if you guys are into it, take some time to really look at them and let it speak to you. Let it, mull it over. And there's all sorts of little things that'll pop, and they'll start talking to you, and it's going to start developing your own psychic stuff. I wanted to show everybody, this is what the back of the card's going to look like over here to the left. And then this is the title card. It was going to be the box, but the boxes are made to accommodate many more cards than I have, like 90 cards, and I only have 47 plus 3 extra. This card, a small card explaining the deck, and one more blank one that you could do for yourself. But I'm calling it the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And that Beast Mistress, that's a funny nickname that they used to call me back in the day of running my family's bar, because I try to tell some of them about animal totems. So they were teasing me. They're like, well, what are you, the Beast Master? And somebody said, no, she's the Beast Mistress. And oh, ha, ha. And then they started calling me Beast Mistress for a while. So, and there's a real funny video I taped back, I think it might have been 05 or 06. It wasn't posted online till a few years later, but a couple of the jam band guides teasing me and doing their Beast Mistress thing. I'm going to put a link to it. If you guys want to check it out, it's funny. It takes like a minute to watch. So, but anyways, that's the name of it. I'm going with Beast Mistress because I am the Beast Mistress. I'm owning it. I'm owning the funny nickname that they gave me. All right, so Possum. This is your guys' thing for the month, and stay tuned. And next month it'll be another, and I'll have the deck for sure by next month, and it'll be for sale. Okay, till next time. Okay, everyone, before we go, be sure to check out my book, Tarot in the Modern World. If you're watching this video to learn how to read tarot, well, this Tarot in the Modern World would probably be, the companion guide. It's very reasonably priced and very easy to understand. It's available on Amazon. If you go to my main page over here, my main channel, and you go under the About section, well, this is my main channel. Go back to Home. You can see I have other channels there, but also if you go under the About section, you can find everything. You can find out how to order a reading. It's the second thing down, the prints, all the stuff, how to make a donation. And if you enjoy these free readings, please don't hesitate to make a donation. I want to thank everybody who has been donating, because it really is awesome and it really makes it worthwhile to do these free readings. But you can also see some of my other channels, which is the VV Creative Shorts, which is all my keyboard stuff and music stuff and some arts and crafts. But I've been a keyboard player for many, many years, hence the rock and roll part of the Rock and Roll Prophetess. And I also have my Learning Songs for Kids. It's just Vicky Verley. It's my original YouTube channel. It has a ton of kids stuff, so if you or anybody who has small children in your life, you might want to check that out. On the Tapestry of Life mandalas page, if you go, that's where all the ordering is. But there's also these mandalas, and it's based on your chart. I know a lot of people really like these mandalas, but they're kind of expensive. And they're expensive because, they take many, many hours to make. They're made from your chart. So for a long time, I've been trying to think of how I could offer it in a less expensive way. I thought I might run charts for like the Dalai Lama or spiritual masters and offer those as prints for everybody. But what I finally decided to do, I've joined Fine Art America, and you can find a link to that on my main thing. And I've been starting to create these mandalas. They're going to be a series, which I believe will be a deck. These are the universal mandalas, and they're meant to tap into your collective unconscious. This one is the first in the series, and it's called The Forgotten Knowledge. I'm so stoked to get working on these. This is what I really, really want to do, because I'm just so drawn to it. I had to finish up that Animal Totem deck first, though, and now that that's finished, I'm going to be moving on to this. So if you like this, you can order a print for as low as $22. Fine Art America is a very reputable print on demand, and they do a high quality, really nice job on everything. So if you like it, you can check that out too. Again, it's all available on my main YouTube channel under the About section. You can find everything. I want to thank you all for donating and commenting and liking and sharing my videos and Google Plusing and all the things that you guys have been doing. I really, really appreciate all your support. Any donation is highly appreciated. Be sure to check out my books and my art and my other stuff. Even if you can't make a donation, maybe you would like to purchase some of my work, and of course order a reading. That's another option. I am going to be coming up with another kind of video reading. I'll be announcing it soon. I wasn't able to get it together in time for this, but I am going to be coming up with a little private video reading thing, more dealing with past lives. I'll be announcing it soon, and be on the lookout for the Animal Totem cards. I will be announcing it in a little video as soon as I have the deck in my hand and they're available for sale. As I said, I really put a lot of work into these, and I made the Animal Totem deck with the intention of it speaking to your subconscious mind. So it's more than just merely a deck that you look up the definition and that's the end of it. You look at these cards, you're going to get stuff, and it did work because I'm already seeing things in these cards. So, and that was my intention. I wanted it to be like that to kind of get your psychic juices going, you know, and kickstart your intuition, if you will. Okay, so remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll talk to you soon.